I'm Tully.
I'm Liam.
I'm Byron.
I'm Jinn.
And I'm Aydan, and we're the Doctors After the Next. Today we're going to be covering things that we covered yesterday, but with the person that was away. So, before we get into some new topics, let's go over the topics with that we did yesterday with Byron. All right, so we started talking about companions for season 11 and Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. So what do you want as a companion? Do you want a male, a female, an old guy, a young guy, an old woman, a young woman, or whatever you want? What do you want?
Doesn't matter.
You don't care?
As long as they're not a child.
All right, is that all?
Yeah.
What is it? You probably don't know, like, supposedly Chris Marshall. You know Chris Marshall? That's not East Philly's name, but I'll do.
It's okay.
I'll do.
It's okay.
He was going to be the next
Oh,
Doctor.
yes, he's a sexy man. I love him.
He was going to be the next Doctor, but now
Hopefully.
they're talking about him, like, as in, like, Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. Like, he was going to be.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, but now people are saying he's going to be the companion. And then another guy, Bradley Walsh.
Yeah, I know.
You know Bradley Walsh?
I know
Yeah.
Brad.
We started talking about good old Braddy. You don't honestly care?
No, I really don't.
All right, the other thing we did was the Sharda release, the Sharda re-release.
I'm excited about that.
You're excited?
I am excited.
Have you seen Sharda before?
No.
Oh, so you're a good.
I know bits and pieces about it.
Yeah,
But,
I know it's written by Douglas Adams,
yeah.
who wrote
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I watched the other day.
I've never
Fabulous.
seen it. I need to watch it.
And read the book as well.
Yeah. Which is better, the 90s or the early 2000s?
I've read the book, I haven't seen the
Go the 90s because it's the classic.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the same. Someone else told me to watch the 90s. And also just talking about the fans don't want to see Sharda again. They want to like do some of the like the 60s stuff.
Yeah, like, it's a good idea to get away from all the 60s stuff, though. Like, yes, there's a lot of 60s stuff that we need, like all the Dalek ones.
Yeah.
But I think it's just good to get away from the 60s and go to something like this.
And like a lot of people have been talking about that while the Doctors are still alive, they should do some of the rejected stories. I didn't say this yesterday, but you literally type up Doctor Who rejected stories, and there's heaps all the way from the 60s to even till the Moffat ones.
Yeah.
I've also heard that they were. I remember there was Love and Monsters, which was
Appalling.
not a very well liked
I watched
episode.
it again and I actually didn't mind it.
But the creature design came from a competition.
Yeah.
Someone was saying that they were actually going to do a competition for like a storyline or another character, which would be quite interesting, I think, to put in like more content from fans, because they service the fans very well when it comes to like fan shows and the YouTube channels and whatnot. So it would be good if they actually like put like a character or a storyline in that a fan had designed. That would be fabulous.
Yes,
so
I agree.
yeah.
They should do a domestic drama about a man and his love for a woman who is now a cement block.
Let's not. All right. So, see how many there are? There are so many.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Spin-offs, wow.
There was heaps of spin-offs. Anyway, they were going to do a Dalek spin-off. That was pretty funny. It's all about the Daleks. Imagine that, like...
I would be down for Clara and me going around.
I wouldn't.
I thought he's so terrible.
I thought Ashilda was going to be a one-off character.
I didn't mind her. The story around that was a bit interesting, but I didn't mind that character, so I would be happy if they brought her back.
And like right after I watched like Ashilda's first story, I was just thinking I thought she was never going to return. So I'm like thinking like kind of like Jenny, making my own stories with Ashilda, and then she came back next episode. I'm like, Anyway,
like, I love when the Doctor like was threatening her and faced the Raven. That was like amazing, and how she was like scared shitless of him.
Wasn't that's Capaldi at his finest? Like it's just Capaldi's They shouldn't have done all the cringy stuff they were doing with Capaldi and made him the Doctor that he wanted to be, which was like a William Hartnell, John Pertwee-esque Doctor. Which I'm fine with that, because we just had Tennant, who was quite serious, but he also
never felt like he was having fun.
Tennant?
No, like
Capaldi. I feel like during season 10, I felt like he had a lot of fun.
I liked the opening of Magician's Apprentice and that kind of the puns with the tank. Let me have that.
That was a bit over the top.
I actually liked it because it's so bad.
The pun was so bad. It was
I didn't mind it when I first saw it, but then looking back, I was like, that was like
and also
not as good as I thought.
I really can't remember season 9. Like, it was just a brush over.
No, but there is that.
I
There
can't
is.
remember season 8.
That's the same. When I was doing like my ranking video, I was like, "What happened in season 8?" Like I remember 9 because I didn't really enjoy it that much, but season 8, I'm like, "What happened in season 8?"
All I remember from season 8 is like the finale, and then like Flatline.
Well,
and
Mummy on the Orient
Mummy on the
Express.
Orient Express.
Um,
and like, that's it. I forget
was
the rest.
good.
Did I tell you about? This is a bit off topic, but Murder on the Orient Express movie.
Movie's coming out.
And
yeah.
Leslie
That looks
Odom
so
is
good.
going to be in
Yeah,
it.
the cast was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like if they're gonna have
Daisy
the same
Ridley,
movie, there's gonna be
oh.
like no mystery to it. Like everyone has already seen.
That's
it.
only if you've seen the original.
Yeah.
And if you've read the novel,
If you've read the
You
novel.
have.
Agatha Christie OG over here. Thank you very much.
Anyway,
Unicorn
Fantastic
and the Wasp.
lady.
Unicorn and the Wasp was great.
Yes, that was
Loved it.
fantastic.
I didn't really mind. I didn't
Really?
really.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
like put too much like extra characters in, but if they had to just focus.
But that's the whole point of an Agatha Christie.
Yeah, that's
True
yeah,
story. There's all these
exactly.
extra characters and all
But
that.
no, I love that episode.
Jin,
Yo.
anything you want to talk about? Anything? Just bring up an episode. We'll talk about it.
I don't know, I really liked Midnight.
Everyone, I love Midnight.
Yeah,
I showed
Oh, that's really good.
my sister and my mother Midnight because I was just sitting down and like, oh, we'll watch it. They didn't like it. They loved Blink though.
Yeah, oh, I love
Yeah.
Blink.
They love
That's
Blink.
like,
But they said
Yeah.
they said they find it annoying when people repeat them, so they found the episode annoying. But I'm like, I don't find it annoying when people repeat me, because I'm just like, you're wasting your
Fantastic.
time. So, but when people like copy,
I think we need to censor those with Doctor
Swear
Who.
police.
We're gonna censor those with Doctor Who quotes.
I'll actually do that. Anyway, so Midnight, like you know, right? No, but oh,
yes.
oh.
Yes.
Also, yeah, that whole thing, especially. Oh, we're talking about. This is another thing I want to bring up. How the Time Lords. We didn't talk about this for long because we end up getting. Time Lords aren't a race; they're a sect of the Gallifreyan Society, and how they're chosen to be Time Lords and they're loomed to be Time Lords. And they've never talked about it in the show that often. I don't think they, unless it was in like Tom Baker's run or John. What is it? Peter Davison's run.
Yeah.
But they never mention it. And in a comic, they have a whole comic dedicated to how Time Lords are made, like how they're loomed, and how the Doctor actually might have been a reincarnated Time Lord who died, and who was like there. So there was Rassilon and the Master, and there was another guy called I don't know what he was. Like what his name was, but he supposedly died around the time the Doctor became the Doctor. Like he was loomed to be a Time Lord, and supposedly his personality got put into the Doctor. I don't know. It was a bit of a far out there thing. It's anyway.
I'd love to see more storylines with like regular Gallifreyans.
Like
That'd be really
what about
fun.
a regular Gallifreyan as a companion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they would.
But then you got two smart people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll just
Not
pick up.
necessarily. Like.
No, but you know, there's a tribe of Gallifreyans who like are nomadic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's lots of interesting like backstory they could explore if they brought Gallifrey.
back properly, which
Yeah.
they haven't. Last time
Yeah.
Gallifrey was in it was like Hellbent.
Hellbent.
And I would have loved that to be a political intrigue story, like
Terrible.
Rassilon and the Doctor just like heading off, and then Rassilon brings up the good implication of Clara. Would Rassilon brings up Clara and starts talking that, and then the Doctor gets really like pissed off.
Yeah.
I think like it would have been better if they had like the Rassilon from the End of Time instead.
I
'Cause
love
a
Timothy
lot-
Dalton.
Yeah,
I
he was
love
so good.
Timothy
Yeah,
Dalton.
he
Sexy
was
beast.
so good.
I actually saw Timothy Dalton in a BBC drama the other day, which is really like it's a very different character to the Rassilon that he played, but it was really entertaining. He's a really good actor if you see him outside of Doctor
Yeah.
Who.
He's in my favourite James Bond, even though he's only
Yeah.
in 2 James Bond
Yeah.
movies.
He was in
Yeah,
Hot. He was in
but
Hot
he was
Fuzz.
so good in those
Yeah,
too.
because that basically, like, towards the end of the Roger Moore era, of I'm not that into James Bond, but I do know a lot about it because my uncle's obsessed with it. They started to do, like, crazy stuff. Like, they started having guns in shoes and stuff like that. It was
They went to Get Smart.
Yeah.
Instead of James Bond.
And then Timothy Dalton came in, and then they like became like really serious, and then they like we don't like this. They kicked him out after 2 movies, and they went back to like the unserious stuff.
Yeah.
And now we've got Daniel Craig being like the most serious James Bond ever.
Daniel Craig's got the best though. Like apart from
Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace.
Yeah.
Spectre to a lesser degree.
Spectre was decent,
yeah,
but
like
the at the end,
lesser degree.
Vector had a doctor.
we
It
should
wasn't-
stop
it
talking
wasn't-
about James Bond
wasn't
and
as good as
start
Casino
talking about
Royale.
Doctor Who. So this is what I wanted to cover. We don't have much time. We've got 5 minutes. We won't cover it. We'll do it. We'll do a whole video dedicated to. The whole idea was the retrospective on the Peter Capaldi era of Doctor Who, and talking about what we think was the best or worst. But we won't go into it because we've got 5 minutes. So I was just thinking.
Should we answer our fan question?
Oh, okay. We'll answer our fan question,
We have a fan.
which I think was on this video.
No, it was the other one. Oh wait.
No.
Oh, yeah, actually, maybe it was that one.
All right.
Yeah,
So the question is from our good friend Lockie Nace. Hi, fellow Whovian here. Just wondering if you could if you could make a podcast on the complex sexuality of the Weeping Angels and how they affect the overall plot of the future Doctors. P.S. Liam, I do not have Down syndrome. So, are we going?
Besides the boyish pettiness that you just heard, the idea of the Weeping Angels, I actually heard a theory on those guys that there was a scene in the
Time of Angels?
in the David Tennant specials where there was a character who appeared to be like a Gallifreyan or a Time Lord possibly,
Oh, yeah,
who was covering her eyes. There was a Tumblr post on this.
Yeah,
don't mind the Tumblr
they made them
references.
do that.
Yeah, and they
Some-
made them
some
cover
is-
their eyes, and that was apparently a hint that they might actually become the Weeping Angels.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always think that the Time Lords and the Weeping Angels are connected.
Very much connected.
No,
yeah.
there was the theory that the Weeping Angels were actually dead
Time Lords and their
Yeah.
bodies decaying.
Yeah.
Like, and also like
Yeah, but
that-
then what's the point of the Doctor's grave then on
he doesn't die. Look, I'm the type of person who says, especially with time travel things, that if it's happened, it's already happened. Like if you go back and change something, you're living with those implications in your modern timeline that you went back and changed, so you're destined to go back and change it.
Yeah, then it becomes a paradox.
Yeah, the
But
way that I
that's-
see it, every time you go and create something else back in time, you're always creating another reality of your future Earth. So if
You're creating an alternate reality.
alternate Earth.
But
Yes.
are you going back to alternate Earth or real Earth?
No, you're going to alternate because you can't go back
Yeah,
to real
yeah,
because you've
but
already
that's
fucked it up.
that's the Back to the Future theory.
but like,
I'll put an Alonzi in there.
no, it's because like if
Or a
When-
shut
when-
up, Clara.
Yes.
that was 12 saying for so long. It's like, shut up,
I
Clara.
like Don't Be Lasagna.
Yeah, I think I fell asleep during that part because I can't remember him saying "Don't be lasagna" at all.
Wait, what episode was that?
I don't know.
It's Into the Dalek in season 8, I believe.
I skimmed over that episode.
it
I
was,
remember when there was a big controversy on that episode because it had been leaked. So I actually,
They
someone had emailed me a link to watch the leaked version, which didn't have all the special effects, which was
Yeah.
really, really bad. And I was like, no,
I'll
I'm not
watch-
going to watch it. I'm going to wait until the episode comes out. I'm going to get up at 3 o'clock or whenever it was
I
broadcast.
watched the
and
first
watch it.
episode without all its special effects
The
and everything.
first-
It was all in black and white and
That-
everything.
Who's this? Like,
Season 8,
Season
episode
8,
1.
yeah.
it's all in black and white.
It was all black and white. The
Yes,
dinosaur
yeah.
was just a sketch.
That's amazing.
It was just
Did
so
you watch it
funny.
before it like?
Yeah,
Before
I watched it before it
leaked,
came out, yeah.
one of that for the robot parts of like people. That
Oh yeah, it was just CG. It was all green screen. It was
Yeah.
so
It
funny.
was interesting, definitely, when that
Yeah.
happened. But the BBC has come a long way since
Yes,
then,
since
and they're
then.
fixing their problems, so that's okay.
well, they got rid of
Yeah.
Anyway, what is it? That's bringing up for the Christmas special. We'll do a whole video, a whole thing on the Christmas special
Yeah.
coming up. But someone said that the first bit of the Christmas special, which should be with the first Doctor, they should do it in black and white
Yes.
and 4:3,
Yes.
like do it on a
Yeah,
small screen.
yeah,
So
that would be
good.
quite good, actually. Yeah.
And I'm like,
Have the retro opening as well, bring that
Yeah,
back.
they-
but have
yeah,
like
'cause they do that in the
snowflakes
day
or
of
something
the
on it. Like adjust the old intro, but like
Well, but
make it Christmassy.
someone put the I'll link you guys this. Someone put the current theme song over the original theme song.
Yeah, I think I've
And had it in black and white and had
Yeah.
the snowflakes falling.
Oh.
It sounded so good because the original theme song is my favorite theme song, along with the first theme song of the new show, like the
Murray Gold's theme.
well
the
the
2000
Murray Gold's been doing it ever
No,
since.
Murray Gold's just
like
the
the 2005.
His,
2000.
yeah, Murray
No,
Gold's
no,
music
they
was
changed
brilliant.
it. Remember,
Yeah.
they changed it
No,
for
the-
season 4. They made it drums heavy.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh
Yeah, but no, like the Eccleston Tennant one. That's like my favourite.
Yeah, anyway.
personally. Or and the Before the Flood one. That's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. It's a short and sweet one. Thank you for watching if you do watch this. And
All two about it.
yeah, and that is all. Everyone say goodbye.
Farewell!
See ya.
I'll be here next time.